Hi, everybody. My name is Greg Loerzel. I am the president of Visionary Insurance Partners, Inc., and one of the marketing directors for Manhattan Life. Both companies operate throughout the United States and have many plan offerings in almost every state in the country. I'm proud to be talking to you today about a plan, or I should say a whole portfolio of plans with Manhattan Life, which I have found to be the most competitive plans I've ever seen in my 33 years. Now, when you're talking about indemnity products, you're talking about a product that's seeing a big boom. It's the oldest products in the health insurance industry. They were the first health insurance products offered, I believe, back in 1950 something, and they're the products that have withstood the test of time. Unlike what we're seeing now with the ACA with Obamacare, where I think this will be the fifth or sixth open enrollment, I believe, and we just started that November 1st. And what we are experiencing this year are a strong interest in people who are not getting a subsidy and are healthy enough to answer a few questions to come out of Obamacare and buy much more affordable plans. And this is happening. This is a big exodus this year from Obamacare due to the fact that there is this is the first year that there is no mandate, which means there is no penalty. So I see agents throughout the country that are dealing with us right now that are having the best year they've ever had. And a lot of agents feel as if in the next 3 months, and they're on too, because now if you're leaving Obamacare, you're not restricted to the 45 days that we're talking about open enrollment starting November 1st, ending December 15th. That's going to create awareness, and that awareness is going to pique everybody's interest, like that there is something else out there. It's happening now, and then they're also going to be aware that, okay, there's no open enrollment for getting out of Obamacare. So this is just going to spur a continuous flow, I think, from now into the next year. So we're all going to be very busy. There's a huge opportunity for us. Now, in the past, my agency sold the first 3 open enrollments. We sold a considerable amount of ACA policies, to the tune, when I was looking at it recently, to the tune of about 30 to 35,000 policies. That's a lot of policies. That's a lot of commissions. But we all know what happened to those commissions. If you were selling the big popular plans, the carriers that were the ones everybody was looking for because they had the best networks, and those were United Healthcare, Humana, Assurant. They all went by the wayside, and we lost all of our commissions, every one of us. And the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Well, my agency suffered quite a letdown, and a lot of agencies across the country suffered a letdown. Some flat out went bankrupt. So it was not fun times. At the same time, our clients, if they weren't getting a subsidy, were screaming bloody murder at the affordable care. You got to be kidding me. So right now, this is such a great opportunity to get that client that doesn't get a subsidy, that family that's in that $80,000 plus range, that single person that's making $40,000 plus. And these are also the clients that we can do repeat business with. They'll buy life insurance. They'll buy annuities. Heavily subsidized clients, it's nice. It's nice to be able to offer them a plan. It's nice to offer people a plan that's going to cover pre-existing conditions. But if you're not getting a subsidy, there's nothing affordable about the Affordable Care Act. Another phenomena that I've seen is when it came to the alternatives, the 2 main alternatives that agents are selling are indemnity products and short-term med. And early on, I saw, in the first years that people were putting their clients into these alternative plans, I saw more short-term med being sold than indemnity. That's not the case this year. I'm seeing far more indemnity products being sold. And that's because, number one, short-term med has first got hit with that 90-day rule back in April of 2017, which really knocked them off the top rung, so to speak. Also, the rates went up. So when it went to 90-day plans, the rates didn't go down. It stayed the same as when they were 364. Then they come back to now we can have 364-day plans with short-term med, and you can have repeats. You can reapply for it 3 times. So that's 3 years, but it never covers pre-existing conditions. Everybody, I mean, you got to realize short-term med never covers pre-existing conditions. And that can be a big problem for people because now they're looking at getting out of Obamacare and staying out of Obamacare. Now we can say we can have this plan for our clients that, we have an escape route because Obamacare is still around. We don't know if there will be another open enrollment. Who knows what will happen after this year? So what will we put our clients in if they don't requalify for short-term med? And in some states, the rule hasn't been lifted. They're keeping the rule. So there's 90-day limitations in some states. In other states, there's 180-day limitations. So you got to know, what states have what rules. The other thing you want to keep in mind is they jack the rates pretty high on short-term med. I think you all know, by and large, the rates have gone up significantly, and indemnity plans have not. So with an indemnity plan, especially a good indemnity plan like what we're looking at on the screen here, it covers all pre-existing conditions after you've been on the plan for 12 months. And with the initial underwriting, which is very simplified, that's one of the things that's nice, is if you're used to selling short-term med, the questions look pretty much the same for indemnity products. So both are being sold right now and being cross-sold because you're not always going to be selling short-term med. You're not always going to be selling indemnity product. It kind of depends on what your client's looking for, what that state allows. So with that in mind, know that we have both. At Visionary Insurance Partners, we can train you up on both products. We can give you a good, strong GA or writing agent contract, whatever you deserve, depending on the volume of business you do. We can show you both. But today, I want to concentrate on indemnity products and one plan in particular, which is the king of the hill nationally, and that is Manhattan Life. Now, when you look at this that I have up here on the screen, we're talking about a plan. And here's my pointer. Oh, my pointer doesn't turn into a pointer once it's just a line. But we're talking. This is a real person here. This was a real proposal. I have this on a Word document. But it's a 44-year-old male, 44-year-old spouse, and 4 children. So we're talking about a 6-person family here. In Texas, by the way, Manhattan Life's headquarters is in Houston, Texas. And if you look at this person was about to have a huge jump in their Obamacare premium. And this isn't even this year. This is last year. This isn't this open. This is one I sold last year, my client Brad. And his premium was about to go to over $3,000 a month for his family. And that wasn't a low premium Obamacare plan. That was a $6,300 deductible plan. So he was going to pay $40,000 a year for his plan. These are the rates I got for him. A completely bundled package of indemnity products, 6 different indemnity products, including dental, vision, and hearing, and disability income, short-term disability that kicks in after 2 weeks, 14 days of a disability due to an accident, and lasts for a year. $2,000 a month of disability income is included in this $965 a month premium. So that is a $28,000 a year savings. Now, when I talk to Brad, he owns his own business. He's a sharp, small businessman, and he was blown away. He was dumbfounded. He said, how can you offer me this much coverage, Greg, at such a low cost relative to what I've been paying? And, I just leveled with him. I said, listen, if we were talking prior to Obamacare, you probably wouldn't have thought $965 a month was inexpensive or affordable. But now we've all been kind of desensitized to ridiculously high rates because of Obamacare, because the rates have gone up astronomically. And this is not a remote case. This case of Brad and his family is not. This is typical. I don't care what state you're in. I recently moved from Pennsylvania to Florida. In Pennsylvania, the rates are even higher than this for a similar plan. Same with Florida. It's gotten out of hand. And it's gotten out of hand because we don't have choices anymore with Obamacare. You don't have choices in the companies you get. You probably have. We're lucky if each state has one carrier in its area, and the networks are horrible. They're HMO networks. Sometimes they're not even statewide networks. They're local networks. They're regional networks, and they're not very good. And so now people are paying a ridiculous price for something with a high deductible that they usually don't even hit their deductible. So whoop-de-doo. They get great preventative care for the year at that rate, and their choices are so limited on who they can see. What's nice about the plan that we're talking about, all the plans here, all of them, the whole package deal, you can go anywhere, any provider in the entire country. So it doesn't matter where you go. It's going to pay the same no matter where you go. That's what a fixed benefits indemnity plan does. But this also has the power of the multi-plan network. Caris 360. So multi-plan network automatically gives you the power of in-network pricing. Caris 360 also negotiates bills if you need that additional support. So that is very strong. So let's go through the opportunity of selling with Manhattan Life. Selling fixed benefits programs, because again, they are by far the most popular plans throughout the country right now. I'm going to briefly go over this, and then in future, in other webinars that you can access online from me, we're going to go product by product. This is more for you to get an idea of how good an opportunity we have here and how great the compensation is for the agent. So the Affordable Choice Plan, the Elite Plan, is their best plan. Everything I showed you here, that I'm going to show you here, is their best plans. They have multiple plan options within each of the products, and I am always showing the best for illustration purposes here. So the Affordable Choice Plan, which, by the way, for anybody who was selling health access through Assurant, if you remember the health access plan through Assurant Health, it was the top product out there. That is what Affordable Choice is. So when Assurant Health dropped the health access plan because they're being purchased by National General, Manhattan Life picked up that product. It is verbatim what it was. Well, actually, they added some preventative benefits on there, but the rates have stayed the same. They're the same rates that Assurant was showing 5 years ago. And there's 2 different plans. When Assurant was showing it, it was 3 different plans. It was called Plan 1, 2, and 3 with Assurant. They eliminated the low end plan, Plan 1, and they kept Plan 2 and 3. They call Plan 2 and 3 Classic and Elite. I'm showing the Elite, the best one. So it's $475 a month for a family of 6. That's very affordable. But I bundle it because, you know, one of the things about Obamacare is it's pretty comprehensive coverage. Yeah, it's a big deductible. Yeah, you know, it's typically big co-insurance, 50-50 co-insurance to be affordable in the bronze level. Not many people are buying a $1,000 deductible and 80-20 gold plan with Obamacare anymore unless you're getting a real fat subsidy. It's completely unaffordable. The bronze plans aren't even affordable. That's what this guy had. At 40 was going to be $40,000 a year. It was a bronze plan. That's ridiculous. So it's really easy to beat Obamacare. And when you are taking someone out of Obamacare, I strongly recommend you give them a comprehensive bundled package. So you got the affordable choice, and we're going to go into that, but it's the strongest plan out there. It pays $5,000 for hospital room and board the first day you go in for admission. $5,000. Now, I can tell you from my own experience that going into a hospital in Philadelphia, one of the most expensive areas, negotiated rate in Philadelphia is typically around $2,200 a night. If you go into intensive care, it might be double that. So $5,000 your first night is probably going to put money in your pocket. Each additional night is $3,000 till you've reached $200,000. So it's a $200,000 max. What is a typical indemnity plan? Typical indemnity plan is $1,000 a night and a $50,000 max. I'm going to go into more detail on each particular product, but I want to just kind of give you highlights. So that's $475, their best plan. Cancer Care Plus. You will not find a cancer care plan out there that's better than this, a cancer program. And this is their Plan D, their best plan. Very strong. We'll get into those benefits. But one of the things I want to point out about Cancer Care Plus is it's one of the only products I've seen out there that you can keep for a lifetime. Most cancer plans, once it pays out for the first incidence of cancer, for the first bout with cancer, you're done. It's over. It's like you cashed it in at that point. Cancer Care Plus, there is no lifetime max on what it'll pay out. There is no termination date on there. You can keep it for your entire lifetime. Just keep paying the premiums. And what an affordable premium that is. It's when you see all that Cancer Care Plus pays for, it's going to blow your mind that you can insure a family of 4 for $76 a month on that plan. The critical protection and recovery, that's just additional hospitalization coverage for anything. And we'll get into that. And I'm showing you the best plan at $78 a month for the family. Paid accident plan. This is their best program. You can buy a 1-unit plan or double it up with a 2-unit plan. This is a 2-unit plan, which also includes, I put in here, and this is an optional benefit, but I always put it in there, $2,000 of disability due to an accident and wellness coverage. Now, when you think about that, and you think all the coverage that you're going to be seeing in the next training videos, $75, it's going to blow your mind that it's that affordable. Then there's the gap coverage. A lot of you have been selling gap even if you don't sell anything else. You sell gap. We've been selling gap. All the agents throughout the country have been selling gap alongside of the ACA. They're telling their clients, hey, to make this more affordable, go with the $6,300 deductible Obamacare plan, and I'll put a $6,300 gap plan on here. So one of the things you probably have learned when you sell gap plans is, as soon as you go into the hospital for admission, is admitted to the hospital, boom, the gap plan pays out. But there's one exception, and that is if you're going into the hospital for maternity. This gap plan even pays for maternity. So that's amazing. You can now, hey, with this gap plan, you can sell it alongside of a short-term med or any indemnity product you're selling, and basically tell your client, hey, the short-term med doesn't pay for routine maternity. Most good short-term med plans, what do they pay for? Complications of a maternity. Just like a good indemnity plan pays for complications of maternity, but none of these pay for routine maternity. This gap plan does. You go in for routine maternity, you got $63.50 coming out. So now you can tell somebody, hey, that's, and if they're staying in the multi-plan network, okay, or whatever network might be, what you're paying. I'm saying the multi-plan network because it's the most popular network out there that all the companies, most of the short-term med carriers, most of the indemnity plans are using. So does Manhattan Life. So now if they were to go in with their affordable choice plan, and the affordable choice plan does cover complications of maternity, as long as that pregnancy wasn't pre-existing at the time, this is going to pay $63.50 for the maternity. The multi-plan network, I think it's around a little over $5,000 that you pay for routine maternity. It doesn't get any better than this, everybody. And this at $140 also includes a very nice out-of-pocket surgery plan that pays $3,000. Or out-of-pocket, what am I saying? Outpatient surgery benefit. So if you didn't need the outpatient surgery benefit because you're loaded up everywhere else, this rate's going to drop. But think about this. As we go through this, you're going to realize as we go through each plan separately on the other segments here, you're going to realize that this is an extremely comprehensive plan. And most of the time, you're probably going to see money back after your bills are all paid. It is going to have excess money because I loaded this thing up. I loaded this for bear. And I even put dental, vision, and hearing in here. This is the best dental, vision, hearing plan in the country. No network. You can go to anybody. There is no network for this. So you got a dental, vision, hearing plan that pays full usual, reasonable, and customary charges, not some cockamamie fee schedule, and you get to go anywhere. So most dental plans out there, you have to go to their network, and people don't want to go to a different dentist, especially older people, and older people love this dental, vision, and hearing plan. Now look at your commissions. What I'm showing here, everybody, is the entry-level commission. I'm the marketing director, so we can negotiate any plan you want. If you're a big hitter and you need an MGA contract, I can get you an MGA contract, which, as you can imagine, is significantly higher than the entry-level writing agent commissions. So what I'm showing you here is the entry level, and yet it's very strong commissions, probably stronger than anybody's seen out there on any kind of short-term med or most indemnity products. If you're doing big numbers, talk to me. That's a conversation we have offline, but these numbers can change significantly for you. That being said, let's go over this. This was a very easy sale for me, as you can imagine. Somebody that's getting ready to get walloped with a $3,400 a month premium, and I'm showing them $965, and they're looking at a $6,300 deductible with their Obamacare, and they were looking at 50/50 co-insurance at that. And it's hard to believe, isn't it? You'd have to pay that much for a $6,300 deductible and 50/50 co-insurance. That being said, as easy as this was to sell, an entry-level writing agent contract would pay $243 a month paid as earned, which would be $2,900 first-year commissions. It's pretty incredible, isn't it? You do one of those a week. You do one of these sales a week. Just one. Not one a day, one a week. And you're making $151,000. So think about this. If you could do one of these sales a day, Monday through Friday, I'm not even talking Saturday and Sunday, what is 5 times 150,000? So, geez, I got to do that in my head. That's like $750,000 a year. That's incredible. Now, you're not always going to do all families, okay? And you're not always going to do all the all this bundling together. I will tell you, if you're taking someone out of the ACA that's paying full price, this is going to be nothing for them to pay. But maybe you're talking to somebody that is that hasn't had any coverage, and so they're just going to buy the affordable choice. They're not going to add anything else on here. Or maybe you're still selling a lot of ACA, and you just want to do this gap plan because it's the best you've ever seen. And when you take a look at this, I dare you to beat this gap plan, and to beat the kind of commissions it pays, especially if you're a bigger producing GA or an MGA. So again, that's a conversation we can have, but it'll blow your mind, the kind of commissions you get at the upper levels. The other thing I want to talk about, then I'm going to page down here. I'm going to scroll down. This is just a Word document that I can get to, and you can put your own numbers in here. Obviously, you wouldn't show your commissions to the client. I did this for the sake of showing you the opportunity you have here. But this kind of points out everything in a nutshell in a one page. It also, if you look down here, I've included the conditions which would make you ineligible for this product. And if you look at these conditions, these are heavy duty. Now, most indemnity products and short-term med won't cover anybody who's got diabetes. Diabetes is just a no-no. And 85% of diabetics are not insulin controlled. They're either diet and pills, whatever, because they're getting so good at non-insulin controlled diabetes. Manhattan Life, you're ineligible only if you're a type 1 insulin controlled diabetic. Type 2, non-insulin controlled, other medications, does not preclude you from getting this. So that opens up a lot. I mean, a lot of you might say, oh my God, you know what? I have a number of clients who are non-insulin controlled diabetics, so I can show them this. You absolutely can. So these are your knockout questions. Now, I love to send this out to people because the other thing too is your typical proposal is very confusing to a client. Well, how easy is it for you, everybody, if you can just punch numbers in here? We have a template here, and all you got to do is change, hi Brad, you make your own wording here, leave all this the same, you punch the numbers in here that you don't even have to run on the quoting software. You have some nice quoting software right on the portal, but you wouldn't even have to worry about that because everything comes on a rate sheet. That's what's nice about these indemnity products are they're simple rate sheets. And the other thing I love about Manhattan Life, it doesn't have these picayune little 3 or 5 year age bands. Every age band on these products is 10 years or more. So for instance, affordable choice. You can start getting affordable choice if you're I believe it's a 2-year-old child only plan you can do for affordable choice. And yet there's only 4 age bands. That makes it simple to sell this product. It's really a wonderful product. And the last age band is 50 to 65. So a 64-year-old pays the same as a 50-year-old. This is the middle age band here, everybody. It's not a lot more expensive once you hit the highest age band. This is the next to closest age band. So it's impressive. It's a very impressive product. It's very impressive rates. Now, before we end this, one other thing I want to show you here is I want to take you over to the site, the Manhattan Life site. So let me pop this up real quick because this is where we're going to, bear with me a second here. This is a site. I already have it up here. And it's a very easy site. You can track anything here. I can track my agents on here. There's the dashboard. We're on the dashboard right now, by the way. I can track monthly sales in here, commissions, all my agents throughout the country, the commissions, the in-force business. There's all kinds of tools under agent tools, online forms. One of the things I want to show you here real quick is how easy it is to make sure you're showing the right products for the right state. I go to product downloads. Oh, I'm going to have to log back in again. Hold on, bear with me here. Doesn't keep me, there we go. All right, so here are the products, and all you got to do is click on the state. So say we click on Texas. There are all your products right there and the brochures that go with them. So you got a lot of products to pick from, and that's the case for most states. Now, typically the products are all the same no matter where you go. But that being said, sometimes there's some state-specific deals going on, so it's always smart to click on the state where you're going to make sure you got the right brochure. I want to end here for the introduction. I want to thank everybody for taking a look at this and looking at the opportunity that we have with a product like Manhattan Life's. Every one of those products I showed you on this sheet here, if you were just to sell any one of these standalone and you wanted to make sure you're selling the most competitive plan to your client, again, I challenge anybody to find a better product, better cancer product, better base product than Affordable Choice. I'll tell you one that comes close to Affordable Choice. Ironically, it has the same type of MO as Manhattan Life. It's Philadelphia American. And I say that because that's a very popular plan. You all know Philadelphia American's a very popular plan. This beats it. Better benefits, better rates than Philadelphia American. And a lot of the Philadelphia American agents are finding that out, and they're starting to sell Affordable Choice. Affordable Choice has probably tripled its the amount of business coming into Manhattan Life in the last year. And I can't even imagine. The numbers are going through the roof right now. I personally am seeing my numbers, and it's wonderful to see this happening right now. Any of these plans, if you put them up against what you're currently selling, if you're not currently selling Manhattan Life, again, call me if you have a better product. I'm independent. Visionary Insurance Partners, we're independent. I love Manhattan Life. It is my plan of choice these days, and I'm a 33-year veteran, and I've been at every level. Regional Sales Director for Assurant Health, Regional Vice President for Health Insurance Innovations, and I've had my own agency twice now, and I am loving what I see with Manhattan Life. I love their customer service. I love their products. I love their commission structures, and I love their electronic underwriting. Their electronic application. Another thing we'll talk about is that their electronic application is the simplest I've seen. Most electronic applications, what do you have to do? At the end, you got to turn over control of the computer to your client, whether you do a go-to-meeting with them like we're doing right now, or you're sending an email to them. They have to scroll through disclaimer after disclaimer and type their name in. Not with Manhattan Life. You're talking to them on the phone, you're explaining things to them, and you ask for their mother's maiden name. How easy is that? We've all been programmed, I think, for generations now. That's the number one security question, isn't it? Forever, that's been the number one security question. How do you identify yourself? Hey, all right, to find out if you're really Mr. Loerzel, if you're really Mr. Smith, what is your mother's maiden name? So it's something that just rolls off people's tongue. Mother's maiden name, here it is. You ask that once, type it in, done. It makes it that simple, everybody. So I hope everybody's having a good open enrollment season no matter what you're selling, whether it's ACA, short-term med, indemnity products, a combination of them. These products will fit in there, even if you're not bundling complete packages. There are products in here that I'm sure everybody can use. And talk to me. I can help you out. Talk to me if you're a bigger producer. Let's talk, because there's bigger commissions too. Thank you, everyone. Happy selling. Give me a call. Again, my name is Greg Loerzel. I'm the president of Visionary Insurance Partners and a marketing director for Manhattan Life. And my phone number, you can reach me at my direct line, 610-331-6627. Thank you, everybody. Happy selling. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.